What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Another video with Mom. It's been a minute.
Yes.
It's been a little while.
I know it's been, I think, over 2 weeks.
And usually for the last couple we did it in the studio, and my mom hated it so much.
I didn't know!
Just kidding. It was obviously much easier to do it here, so we're in my old office.
Yes.
I guess my home office now, which doesn't get used as much, but we wanted to talk about this chat.
Live chat during your premiere. Shut up!
So yeah, I premiered a new limited series in a fun way this weekend, and we want to talk about that, and then I want to talk about the Chamber of Commerce. I can finally talk about.
Yes, because I know nothing. I mean, I know that you're going to be. I don't even know what to call you, but you haven't told me your duties or anything like that.
I don't really know either, but we'll get to that.
All right. Yes, as for recording, every video we did together was in your studio.
Oh, the video 2 and 3 was my camera, my way on Zoom.
Right.
The first one was in this camera.
Was on my camera, which is my camera now. And you're the one that just said you wanted to get out of the studio. You said, let's just do it at my place. So that sounds good. I like it. I've got a nice comfy
I was already going to be home.
Right.
So.
And then I don't live far away.
No. Dang it.
I know. Too close for his
The ongoing joke is for 16 years you were 1,000 miles away.
I know.
And now you're 1,000 feet away.
I know. Poor you. I'm sorry.
All right, so what did we do this weekend?
What did we do?
The chat.
Yes. Okay, what was that? Oh, it was so funny. It was Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Derek, I noticed one night I was looking at his videos, probably like Thursday night or something, and I see that he has a video premiere, and I was like, does he even know what this is?
Nope.
And you didn't. So I waited. Instead of waking him up, I called you the next day, and I explained to him that when a video premieres, the video is not live. He recorded it, edited it, and scheduled it. But then when it comes on, there's a live chat. I had done some a couple of years ago or more when they first came out. And there's a live chat that scrolls up and down along the side. And so people
was not aware of that. I just thought it was...
Yeah, he didn't know anything.
I thought it was a way to get something on your feed, for people's feeds, to say, oh, Derek's got a new video tomorrow. Cool, I'll be on the lookout for it.
Right.
I didn't realize it created a chat like that.
And people used it a lot when it first came out, and then nobody used it, and now I'm starting to see it again.
What made me want to try it is because Metallica started doing it.
That's right, you
late
said
last
that.
year, because Metallica, when they go on tour, throughout their tour, they release songs from their performances,
right,
from their concerts, and every week you get a couple new songs. Well, old Metallica songs, songs that's been out for a while, but a new performance of a song. And they started doing that premiere thing. I didn't know I could have gone into some chat room while watching a Metallica video.
And they don't make it easy. It's not obvious. You know what I mean? I don't even remember, did we have to click on something to make the chat open? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know, but it was cool.
It was more than cool. It was hilarious.
So let's talk about the series, what it is.
Oh yes, okay.
So
because it's important that we talk about Angie.
It's called Artist Talk with Angie Montgomery. Angie is a friend of mine here locally in Hernando. Is a really awesome artist. She's an instructor, and she also sells paintings, and then she works on commissions, and she's an artist. I met her through the Art Council, which I got involved with because of the Real Hernando podcast. So when I opened the studio, I wanted to play with my toys. I wanted to test this place out. I got to use the studio, so I want to create content knowing that I have this channel. I feel like it's pretty cool, like the Rhythm Section podcast, to put together something nice that takes some editing, takes some time, get a bunch of thumbnails, and put it on my channel in hopes to get some good monetization.
Right.
So I came up with an idea to do something with Angie, and what we did was we recorded for about an hour and 20 minutes in my studio, Studio A, that is, and talked about 10 pieces of artwork. Shut up.
Which I know nothing about because I was so involved in the chat that I don't even know what the video's about.
So it's multi-camera, so we're talking back and forth, and then she presents a new piece of work. But I had photos of everything. So in post-edit, these photos were added. So when you're watching us and we start talking about a piece of art, you'll see it on the screen. Okay, and then it goes back and forth, and we did that for 10 pieces of artwork for a solid hour and 20 minutes. That's what we released on Saturday and did the premiere for. But then I've chopped it up into 10 parts, where each piece of artwork gets its own clip. And the clip number 1 came out later Saturday, and then now moving forward every Saturday, I forget what time I put them on, like noon. Sometime we're in the middle of Saturday. For the next 10 weeks, you're going to get a new clip. So that way it's a little more bite size. And then when it's all done, it's a limited series. Once it's done, it's done.
Right.
It's not something that's going to be every week for the next 3 years. But then once it's done, they'll all be in a list for you in the playlist. And
Right.
that way,
and that was nice to do for
Yeah.
Angie. But those things will not have chats. Only the
No.
video that was premiered. And I will say that people were paying attention. I could not pay attention to the video.
neither could I really until I heard myself say something stupid. I made fun of myself.
We were dying.
If you go back to the chat and you read through and you see comments from me saying, I wish Derek talked more. Derek sounds so funny and awesome when talking about art. He really knows what he's talking about. I'm making fun of myself the whole time because once hearing it and listening to myself, it was so obvious that I was just trying to keep up with an artist as she's being so eloquent about, explaining her artwork and it's so deep, and
There was a
my
part
thick head just comes
where
in.
you go with a brush and canvas, and I was fucking dying.
So I make fun of myself in the comment. I was making her laugh on purpose. And what was cool though is we decided.
I can't stop thinking about it.
We decided that my mom would come here to my place. We'd each be on our own laptop, but we were commenting as from our pages, but sitting across the room from each other so we could talk and have fun and laugh with each other.
Right, because I hadn't done one in a while, and there are changes, and you have never done one. So I said, yes, if we're together, that makes more sense because then I can say, and we were able to check things out, like the fact that I was a moderator. We were able to see how that looked.
We wanted to learn how to do
different things. So. But oh shoot! What did you say a second ago? And I wanted to touch on that.
About how smart I was.
No, not that. No, when we talked about this, I was like, don't be too disappointed if nobody shows up, and you were like, well, that's all right. We'll just chat with each other and just be obnoxious or say whatever we want. So before people started coming in, we started doing that a little bit. I wish I had some of that chat open, but you really had to be in real time to get the jokes or the things we were saying to each other. And then people started coming in, and some people were really paying attention to the video, and they were able to comment, and then some were really paying attention to us. We're dying laughing of the stuff we were saying to each other. Oh,
it was an interesting experiment because even I couldn't pay attention much. You're so focused on the chat.
Right.
It's weird is the video's not really being viewed, but the point is if you have a fun chat and you have 100 people in a chat room for a solid hour.
Yeah, and it wasn't over an hour, an hour and 10 minutes.
But it wasn't 100 people, it was like 25.
22 was the max, but that was good, and it was hard to even keep up with that. But yeah, for us, we were so paying attention to the chat and then telling each other, you have to go see what I just posted. So we'd be looking back and forth. So I was laughing so hard that halfway through, I ended up putting a camera on us reacting and doing the chat, but I can't really use any of that footage. It was black because it was far away and the sun was hitting the camera, and it's so long that I don't even feel like going through to finding things. And I was laughing so hard, but it made me develop a cough. I told Derek it's like somebody who smokes 2 packs a day would cough. And it was really irritating, and I could not stop laughing. I mean, I was sitting on the couch, and when I was laughing so hard, I was practically laying down. I was paralyzed by the laughter of the stuff that we were coming out with.
Angie was able to jump in. We told her the day before she had some things going on, but she was able to go in. So you will see her in the chat towards the end.
Yes. It's ANGEE, because I told him, I said, I knew he didn't tell her because you didn't even know about the chat. So moving forward, if you do a chat again, you'll know to be able to tell the people.
And we're going to do that again, aren't we?
And we are going to do another chat.
But on a video where we just talk.
Yeah.
Because then we can make fun of ourselves even harder in the chat.
Right, because I had to be, once I knew Angie was in the group, I had to behave.
I don't know if she understood what she was walking into.
I know. I said something like, "Oh, hi Angie, nice to meet you on Derek's disgusting mom," or something, because I think you had called me I don't know. We were just...
We didn't take it seriously. I mean, we were...
But the thing
we wanted it to be nice, but we were taking it light. We were having...
Right. The thing is where we were together, the laughing that we were doing was stuff that didn't even... We were like saying, what if I would have said this on the chat? You know what I mean? If you read the chat, it's not as funny as what we were laughing at, because we were just coming out with all kinds of things that we couldn't possibly put on the chat. So that was the funny part for me. I mean, you had me. I was dying.
Early on, just to get things going, I went to all of my other channels and entered the chat as DM Music, and
The Real Hernando.
The Real Hernando. I didn't think to do it for SRP, but The Real Hernando. So from my old music channel, I said, Derek is awesome.
If people don't know this.
And then The Real Hernando page chimed in and said, all of Hernando loves you.
That's right.
So I felt really good about that. I felt very warm and fuzzy that Hernando said that about me.
So it was good. It was good. And now what we want to do, and we have to plan it, we want to do a video like this of us talking to you guys, and then I will have to schedule it out for a couple days, let you guys know that we have a video together, but it's coming out in a couple of days, so everybody can be ready and to be there for the chat. So then what it is when it starts, the video's playing and the chat is live, and so we would all be watching that video together at the same time. And then we can just let loose in the comments in the chat.
It's not a live stream. It's like we're all hanging out.
I have no swear words
we're all
blocked.
hanging out in a virtual theater watching the magic on the screen.
Right. And so I'm looking forward to that. And I think it might be very good for you. And
it was fun.
Yeah, and I think for the for your
the Rhythm
Section podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
I know Jeff would be way into it, and I would certainly be there.
I haven't told Jeff even close to about it. He might be watching these videos. I don't know, Jeff. If you're finding out this way, I haven't told you yet because I don't want you posting about it.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, we gotta wait. We gotta feel it out.
He's an eager man.
Yes,
I love him. I love him to death. That's what makes him awesome.
You'll be like, we don't know when, but I'm gonna be doing a live chat.
And I love it. I have this balance where I have to try to hold Jeff back a little bit. He's my co-host of the Rhythm Section podcast, by the way, and he's our mouthpiece. He's our spokesperson. He's doing a wonderful job on Facebook promoting us. But sometimes I don't like announcing things as they're in the works.
Right, especially when we're really new to it. So I
just like laying things out, like this series, Art Talk with Angie Montgomery. I didn't make any announcements that I was doing this on this channel.
Right.
I barely even told you really what it was all about, because then I wanted it to just blam come out.
Yeah.
And then the fact that we kind of stumbled in doing it as a premiere. It made it a cool thing.
It was fun. It was Saturday was I never laughed for so long. I mean, I physically was ill. I was like, oh my God, I have lung cancer from this. That's what it felt like. And I was exhausted after that. All right, sweet child o' mine.
I'm going to talk about the other part, the other thing.
The other thing.
The chamber.
Yes, yes. I thought all of a sudden we had something else.
Anyone that's been following for the last few months, here and there, I've mentioned the Chamber of Commerce here in Hernando, asking me and approaching me to see if I wanted to join the board of directors. The head director reached out to me on an email, said that they had a board meeting because, they had their normal board meeting, but in that board meeting they had to start talking about replacing two people. Two people were leaving the board. And she said my name came up. She reached out, asked if I'd be interested. I said absolutely. I interviewed, and like 2 months later, they voted me in. So it's official.
Mr. Popularity.
I can finally talk about it. As we record this, not as it's published, but as we record this, tomorrow is my first day. It's the annual retreat. They do a board retreat in January to launch the new year, introduce the new people if there are any, and set the year up and talk about the plans and the events coming up. I guess I have no idea really what this.
Well,
is.
yeah, you don't know.
I don't know.
So
we'll
tomorrow
see.
will be your chamber day.
Yeah.
And when's the new ribbon cutting?
February 7th.
All right,
10
I
a.m.
gotta go to that. Wear my outfit.
So yeah, so that's another thing that I'm building towards. I'm looking forward to it. I've invited every guest from the Real Hernando podcast that's been on. It's been invited, plus other chamber members. The mayor's going to be there.
Cool beans.
So yeah, the next couple weeks are going to be full of events.
And then what is your chamber like schedule? I know you know a little bit about.
I know that they do a monthly lunch at a place called AC Steakhouse, like second Wednesday of every month or something like that. I already forget, but that's how they do it. It's the second Tuesday of every month, and then that's when you go to lunch and do a board meeting. And then outside of that, I don't know.
And then of course you're invited and not expected though to go to like all the ribbon cutting. You can't do all of that,
but
right?
I would gather that there's probably a chance where they're going to want us to schedule like who's available for this event,
Right.
who's not, who is. I don't know. I'm guessing. I have no idea how this works, but I already went to a bunch anyway. So now.
Right. That's why they wanted you. You've been involved in so many.
Like they do these the summer concert series at the Square. They have local cover bands play every Thursday night in June and every Thursday night in September, somewhere like that. That's all put on by the chamber, and so when you go there, you'll see random chamber directors and members selling the T-shirts at the booth, selling T-shirts, right, or giving a speech up on the microphone, thanking sponsors, whatever. So I will probably be in the mix of all that and doing
all your busy stuff.
Yeah.
Never dreamed you would be
and you get,
so involved.
And you vote. I mean, you get a vote. That's what's so great about being honored with being on a board, is because they trust your vote. So I'm one of 17, I believe, and whatever we need to be voting on, whether it's putting on a new event or something to do with the commerce, we vote on things. So I actually have a little bit of, decision power in how commerce is run in Hernando. I guess. That's what I'm anxious to learn. But at the end of the day, they felt good enough to trust me, so that they knew I would come in, help, be a good member, and they would honor my vote.
Yep. Proud
Pretty
of
cool.
you.
Didn't see that coming.
When you said it to me.
Being on a board of anything. Like, I've never been to be like, man, I'd love to get involved and be on a board of an organization.
I'm telling you, you will be mayor of Hernando one day.
No.
You say that now. You used to be like, no, I could never. I'm never doing a video. Never.
Doing a video and getting into politics and becoming mayor.
Well,
totally
I don't know. I don't know. You never know.
Anyways,
You could
it's
do
gonna
that.
be a cool learning experience. It's gonna be cool.
Yes, and when you first told me about it, that they asked you if you'd consider that, I was like, you know you got this gig, you know it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anyone as involved with Hernando as you are. I mean,
the
it's
podcast
just,
kind of puts
yeah,
me
exactly.
Not to discredit anyone, but no one else is doing a podcast like this. So there is another podcast in Hernando called Under the Water Tower, where they do, it's a local podcast, but they do more sports, politics.
I'll never watch it.
It's a mixture of things. It's only audio, and they don't do a whole lot on social media. But everyone kind of knows locally of it. Some people like it, some won't take it because it gets too political sometimes. Where the Real Hernando, no politics. It's just stories of the local business owners and leaders, and we have a very awesome, steady, consistent social media promotion on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I mean, it's busy and it's out there in the video clips. So.
And then there's me pushing it out everywhere.
Yeah. So Hernando gets a lot of love from me.
Yes.
Through this podcast.
And you did. I can't wait. It's coming up. He did my library. He interviewed my library.
It's coming out a week from tomorrow.
Yes, I told them about your podcast. It was the only thing I know of that I could actually try to get for you.
She was really nice.
And
her name's Kelsey Jones. She's the head librarian. It says community more than head librarian.
She actually sat in on one of the craft classes that I was in, and so we were chatting, and that's when I learned that it was new-ish to the library, and I was like, would you like to do a podcast? And so she was right in. So,
well, let me also talk about the new sponsor. That's another big deal.
Oh, yeah.
I think I mentioned it in some of my new little vloggy videos I'm putting out, but it was always my goal to get the Real Hernando sponsored. And what that means is you get a business that's willing to give you money just in support, and in trade, they get marketing and advertising, whether it's a commercial or their logo is on our thumbnails, and so people can, when they're going through social media and they're seeing our visual art, that their logo is incorporated into it. And last year met up with Wesley Meadows Retirement Community right here in Hernando. They were a guest on the podcast, and in talks and hanging out for that, they found out that I was looking to get it sponsored and was working on a pitch. And they said, send us what you got. And I didn't even have the pitch completed yet. Finished it up, sent it to them just in time, because they're a mini corporation, so they had to go up the chain and prepare their budget for 2023. I was able to sneak in just before that.
Yeah.
And they proposed it in the budget, and they approved, and then now I got a title sponsor.
And what video was it on that I saw it at the beginning?
That was the commercial.
Right, but what video? What is it on? Is it on the Real Hernando?
Yes, the channel.
Real
Hernando has its own YouTube channel, and on the video version of each episode, there's all the episodes now have a commercial at the very beginning for Wesley Meadows. But when you go to YouTube and watch it, it's also a little video with moving slides and animation.
And has it been on the past couple, or
just the first one with Robert Carter?
Okay, so that's the one I saw.
We just opened up season 2. We took December off, so now we're in season 2. Episode 1 just launched on the 17th with Robert Carter, and it was more of a recap episode because he's very involved in how this all got started with me. It's a long story. We'll talk about it more in the episode, but. Kelsey Jones, the head librarian, coming out on it will be the 31st, is the first, I would call real interview or real episode, because it's an interview. I didn't interview Robert. We just talked about.
Robert's the banker, our banker.
Yeah, and he's the one.
My banker too.
He gave me the Real Hernando Facebook page and let me build the podcast around it, and just gave it to me. And the rest is history. So that's why he was the very first interview period, the whole podcast, and we thought it'd be cool to start season 2 2023 with him again as a recap. But the actual interviews start on the 31st. We got the head librarian coming out, so and it's now in the studio. All 22 episodes of last year were on
Studio
location.
B.
Studio B. Yep, that's right. The room across the room. And
the room across the room, I love it.
So it has a new look, because now you got studio, and so it sounds and looks a little better. We've tweaked the artwork a little bit, and we didn't rebrand, but adjusted some things. So now the thumbnails look a little different, just to differentiate a little bit. So new season's out. It's launched. Go check it out, realhernando.com.
Yeah, and he's got this vision of having the entire wing of that building.
No, I do, but those 2 rooms are taken now. I have neighbors.
Oh, you do? Okay, shit. You didn't get
They're
in
cool,
time.
but it changed now. I mean, the business downstairs is expanding, so they went up and grabbed the 2 rooms left in my section.
Oh, in your section.
In my
okay.
section.
Yeah.
And they're all nice, and I finally met them this morning. Today's the first day. And they're active, and the hallway light is on. And
Oh, okay.
I got
Gee, are they
spoiled.
going to be a pain in the ass?
You know, no, they seem cool.
No, but I'm
gonna
saying,
have to be
yeah,
careful when I
if
record
you're
now.
recording,
The
there's...
recording is really just going to have to lean more towards, evenings and weekends and stuff. So.
Oh, God.
And I expected that, but I got spoiled for the
Yeah.
first 6 months. Had that whole wing to ourselves. I wouldn't even turn the hallway light on. It would just be chill and quiet, and then now I got coworkers.
well,
Next down the hall.
maybe they'll fail quickly.
I'll tell you what though, I got the best rooms. I got the corner office and then the one next to the corner office with big windows over facing the city of Hernando. So I'm showing them the rooms, and they got the smaller ones, and they're like, "Oh wow!" And I showed them the corner office. They're like, "Our boss would have absolutely moved up here and got this room if this would have been available." So I was glad. Now it's like even more validation that I was supposed to get that room because it absolutely has purpose and use.
Yeah.
But I would have lost it if I wouldn't have pulled the trigger and got the room. That room would be gone now.
Yes. Oh, yeah,
It'd be
for
gone.
sure.
It would have been
I'm
taken.
glad
It
you
would have
have
been
that
taken
room.
just like that because it's the best room. I mean, the building the way it's set up has 4 corner offices, right? But I have the best corner. It faces downtown. You get the water tower and the view. Everyone else is facing like homes and brick walls.
Yeah.
So
It's a nice
awesome.
a nice studio.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it because you're there all the time.
yeah, 7 days a week.
Yes, exactly. All right. I want to get this up. What are you doing? Making
I was deadpanning.
I could tell because I could see it right here. You're right in front of me. Stop it.
I know that makes you laugh.
I want to show. I was playing with this. I don't need to show it, but this. Well,
I don't know if the glare
yeah.
would be much.
I don't know if anybody has a metal Social Security card. This was my father's Social Security card.
Probably don't want to show the number.
No, that's why I'm not. But it's a Social Security card, and it's metal.
Yeah,
And
old
Derek
school.
likes anything that belonged to his Pepe. So he's got a. Was this his little wallet too?
You gave it to him?
Yeah. That okay. Then that was in there. It's a little that holds his
Old,
Social
it's
Security
probably
card.
85
And he's
years
got his
old.
license there, his last license, and then I don't know, something like this. I have no, just has his name. I don't know what he had that on ever.
Probably a lobster trap or something.
Something.
Oh, you get 16 minutes, 15 minutes.
All right, well, we're gonna sign off. Maybe I can get this up tonight. I don't know. I'm just anxious.
So
We'll see.
check out the chat. We'll do it again.
Oh, well, I did want to say, yes, if you go to that video, I will link to it in the description of, because this is on his channel, on your channel, and on the end screen. But it's complicated, but if you go to the video, someplace there it says something like replay chat or replay live chat. Then when you click on that, now for a laptop, for me, it's on the side. We did test it on a phone and it was under. And then there's a drop down that says something like top moments, or I can't remember, or all chat. When you get to that point, the chat is just going to scroll with the video, like you can't go in advance. But if you move the little bar on the video, what's that called? Scruffing? Something
Scrubbing.
like Scruffing?
Scruffing.
I'm a little rougher.
It's not really.
No.
I guess it is. Yeah, it is scrubbing. It's scruffing. Yeah.
Whatever. No, I
You're
think
taking
it's
off
scrubbing.
you're taking off the rust.
If you move that all the way to almost the end, then I believe the whole chat pops up, and then you have the freedom to go up and down in the chat. Very difficult. I don't know why they make it so hard. I talk
This is
with
scrubbing.
my hands. And
this
this
is
is scruffing.
Stupid. Anyways,
And again, the chat is in itself isn't as funny as what we were saying that we wanted to
I think
say.
it's pretty easy to sense the sarcasm in my comments.
Yes, it was. It was.
pretty easy.
It was good, and yeah, there's some funny moments.
Very nice.
All right, you guys. Oh, that's your channel.
Thank
I
you.
forget. It's my
Thank you.
camera, so.
Thank you.
Mine.
And you'll be seeing more videos from me coming from Byhalia, Mississippi, and some of these other communities as I find the next community-sponsored podcast network.
I don't.
That's what my business does best.
I don't know where you
Community-sponsored
have the
Podcast
time.
networks. I already have these drives mapped out.
When do you have
planned.
time for things like TikTok? Like I have. No. Stop it.
I don't care about TikTok.
I know.
The real
know.
Hernando has a TikTok, and I don't do anything with it.
I know. Oh, it's funny.
My rock star team member Lexi takes care of all that.
Yeah, he has a rock star team. I don't. I have none of it. All right.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.